and this is Alaska, and you're watching Jamar84 on YouTube. Oh,
thank you so much.
What's going on YouTube?
Jamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Jamar here once again.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar84 here once again, joined by my best friend David, who have finally got back on the screen. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
As he moisturized with his Johnson Johnson. So we're gonna quickly recap last night's very interesting episode of Drag Race. Now, he wasn't here for the first episode, so what do you think of the girls so far?
It's interesting. I could say that they are. I don't want to say more creative than the girls last season.
They're more interesting.
They're more interesting. Their personalities are more, out there. They're not as dull, and so I mean, it's interesting. And then I'm excited that you have all those three New York queens.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting to see because it's like really right now they're all blazing the. They're all like blazing the trail right now,
and they're all from the same place, but they're all three totally different
personalities and everything, and they all know each other. They all work with they have worked with each other, and the thing is like what Thorgy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thorgy, Betty, and Bob. Thorgy, Betty, and Bob, and so yeah, it's exciting to see. I really wouldn't be surprised if the top three are all three New York queens.
No way.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would be, but no way.
Why are you saying no way? Why are you saying no way?
Because about that one bitch we're gonna get into later, Miss Acid Betty. There's no. Well, you know what? I take that back because Courtney Act made the top three. So.
Well, you know what? Like I told you, I see Acid as another Fifi. Like the bitch drag is good. She, she does it and everything, but her attitude is just fucked up, and that was what we saw with Fifi in the season. I don't know how Fifi is now, but
now it's just turned into a whole different
cosplay
thing.
But in the season and in the episodes, Fifi was a little bitch.
Indeed, she was.
Fifi was a bitch, and then like you can see that kind of like with Betty, like her drag is like. I don't want to say flawless, but her drag is good.
I call it abstract drag.
I don't want to say different because some aspects of her drag I've seen before,
but the episode begins where we saw the aftermath of Naysha's elimination. Did you agree with that elimination?
I did.
Because like we said before, homegirl was up there directing traffic and flattening pancakes and shit.
I did. And then, it was just so crazy because in Untucked, Cynthia was like, oh, Naysha's such a good dancer.
I was like, and she is. I've seen videos of her. She was out there working. That's
what happened?
I don't know. I guess it was the song. But even
I
can't understand how these girls. I've been trying to make excuses.
Couldn't have been
maybe it's the dress.
No.
Maybe it's their shoes.
No. You have to understand, these are highly trained professionals.
Then I need to know what's
taught to cut
going
loose
on.
in the highest of heels and the longest and shortest of skirts and dresses and gowns.
But we said
so I don't want to hear. Oh well, I had to keep it subtle because my gown. I don't want to hear that. No.
As we said, shout out to Jasmine Masters last season with that 50-pound dress doing full-edged squats.
Yeah, she did. She got sent home, but she did it.
Shit.
She did it.
She made it worthwhile, better than the lip syncs we've seen thus far.
Yes,
have been on the more disappointing side, but we'll get to that. So we start with this mini challenge where they have to do like a dance to, or like almost like a Soul Train line to the Cha Cha Bitch off this Butch Queen album he put out. So I guess he's gonna do an album every season. Okay. So who are some of the people you can remember from that mini challenge?
Of course, Cynthia and Chi Chi. And Thorgy was cute.
Dorothy was having a
Yeah,
stroke.
Thorgy was cute. And who else? And of course, the infamous Kimchi.
Bless her, bless Kimchi's whole heart, Lord, because she is so precious. So she was up there
Precious
doing
is
the
a good
funky
word.
chicken and the Tootsie Roll at the same damn time. She was trying hard, and she was just. I'm about to say she's almost like a pearl, where she's visually appealing, but just when it comes to being in motion and just moving and performing, it's like
I would give Pearl more credit for that.
what would be the differences between the two?
Pearl had a little bit more rhythm than Kimchi.
A little bit. I will give
A
her
little bit more.
because when they was doing the rehearsals, it was a two-step.
A
It
simple
was a
two-step.
step, touch. A little rhythm, girl, but she was just like. But we love her. I still love it, but I can see where she could have issue. Where her weak point is things that have to do with choreographed motion.
But then it only makes us see like, okay, they did the musical. The next thing is the acting challenge.
That's gonna
Okay.
be Empire. That should be interesting.
The next thing is the acting challenge. But then I'm still like, if Kimchi is put in the bottom two to lip sync, just based off of her rhythm, is she automatically going to be like Sashay?
It must be. It depends on the song, because sometimes the song plays up to certain people's characters, and they can kind of make it work with what they got. Kind of like
Okay, but be honest. Like, okay, if Chi Chi and Kimchi were to be in the bottom,
Kim, girl,
Oh,
it's
okay.
over. It's over because we see some performances of Miss Chi Chi Devane. Bitch be turning the fucking party. Wig can be falling off, holding on by a single pin, but she will sit there and twirl that bitch until the song is over. So shout out to her, because a lot of people, including myself, I was kind of giving her the side eye at the first Meet the Queens. I'm just like, but now I like her a lot more. It seems like the public seems to like her a lot more, and I'm rooting for her and Cynthia because I know they're like the underdogs. Shut the fuck up. And yeah,
Cynthia's aggravating to me.
I love Cynthia.
She's
She's
just
precious.
Cynthia, I don't know. What does she call her?
Cuckoo.
Her cuckoo. That shit is so.
It's so adorable. You know what? Screw you, man.
Her cuckoo.
Go Cynthia, bitch.
She was.
Go Cynthia. So
I think Cynthia to me is going to be like because Jocelyn Fox just annoyed the shit out of me.
I
Jocelyn
only felt
just
bad for
annoyed
Jocelyn.
the fuck out of me. Every word she said, just the sight of Jocelyn would just make my skin like ugh. And I was just like, I think that's how it's gonna be with Cynthia.
I only
With
felt
me.
bad
With
about
me.
Jocelyn when she was getting picked on by Courtney. That's the only time I really felt bad about her. Otherwise, I'm just like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? But for the mini challenge, Chi Chi and Cynthia won. And so they would decide to pick teams to do this Pitch Perfect remix or parody called Bitch Perfect. And who was this? Cynthia had like the prissy blonde, whatever they're supposed to be called. I forget the name of them. And then Chi Chi and them had the shady queens on their side. And so Chi Chi's team, if I can try to remember, was with Chi Chi, Naomi, Thorgy, Acid, and Dax. And everybody else was on Cynthia's team. So we get to the rehearsals, or like the initial rehearsal where, the teams sit down and Chi Chi's trying to lay out the line of what they want to do and this, that, and the fourth. And she's trying to say, well, let's try to get the lines first. And Acid is like, well, no, we need to figure out, what choreography we're gonna do. We need to do this. We need to do that. And she's just kind of overstepping the Chi-Chi's boundaries, kind of looking like so. It's like, no, we're not gonna be. What did she say? Like, I'm not gonna be unprepared because of you, boo.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She said that.
I was like, so if you're trying to run an organization, like a group activity, and somebody be like, no, we need to do it like this, how would you feel?
I mean, because I know how I am. That just like pertains to like work. Like you're a leader, and you're assigning the duties and everything, and someone comes along who's beneath you and just be like, I think that should be done differently. You're gonna be like, bitch, get the fuck back. Like, let me fuck this duck. Like,
I understand it's a collaborative effort, because even Thorja was like, I want to kind of put, a little bit of comedy into it. That's where I can really, shine and take it to a certain place. She was like, no, I think everything, I think her and Chi-Chi were the only people that was kind of like, I wanted everything to be choreographed because I feel safe and whatnot. I was actually kind of with Thorja. I kind of like her idea as to taking it and making it comedic. Her idea seemed more interesting than what Chi-Chi was coming up with at the time. So I'm glad that they ended up going with that. And it was just this whole tension between Acid and Chi-Chi the whole time. And RuPaul came over and was like, are there any shady bitches in the group? And most people raised their hand. And she was like, so Chi-Chi as the leader, how is it with, collaborating with all the girls? And she was like, I'm finding some of them to be difficult. Acid gave her the look like. I would have been like, this bitch right here is talking shit and getting on my damn nerves. And even Thorja in the confessional was like, that's why Acid doesn't work much in the in New York, because nobody want to work with shit like that. We supposed to do say we in a show with her, we're supposed to do a collaborative effort, like we saw Raj and them doing Dreamgirls. Something as simple as that. She would have probably made a whole big deal about it, have something to say about everything that was going on. And it's like, nobody want to deal with that. That's why people thought you were gone. And it's sad because initially a lot of people liked Acid Baby because of her look, but we only 2 episodes in, and I'm just like,
I mean, how do you feel about her?
Same way I feel about Fifi and Courtney. I can't really too much care for them as a person, but I like to look at them.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like that whole season, Courtney was just still like invisible to me. Like, even though she did make it to the top 3, I was just like,
there were like 2 outfits that was really like that one where she spread out those wings across the whole shit.
And then the one when she was like in the black and white when she was doing the rainbow trout.
Those are the 2 outfits I remember.
Yeah, but everything else was just like, I didn't get it. I didn't get Courtney. I just didn't believe that she should have been top 3 material. But I'm glad Bendela wasn't there.
You know what? We're not gonna.
I'm glad that bitch Bendela was not there.
But she got that 5,000.
But Darius in her home.
But he ain't got nothing.
No, he got something. He may not have as much as Bendela did, but I got my rocks from him sitting his ass on.
I bet you did. And I got mine from RuPaul saying you will not be proceeding to the top 3.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I guess we both got ours then. But
anywho, before this thing turned into half an hour.
Yes. Because I can talk about Bendela bitch ass all day.
Mm-hmm. And we can go get into Darian and her roles. But
talk about it. Don't bother me. I don't care as long as Bendela wasn't in the top 3.
That's cool. A shame. That she should have been. But like I said, we don't want this shit to be off for 30 goddamn minutes.
Okay, keep talking.
So Kim says, as a gay man, she doesn't know what Pitch Perfect is. And I'm like, how do you not? Pitch Perfect caters to the inner theater gay in every gay man. Like the whole song and dance thing.
Chorus lines, like, come on.
What's the theatricalness of it just appeals to everybody. So that's why it kind of confused me. Like
very quartet stylish type of things. And you can sing about anything, really.
She just said she just didn't know. And they introduced a new element to Drag Race now. They're calling it the Shade Tree. Where it's a lot of other reality shows have done something like this, where there's like a room where it's confidential. You can say whatever you want. But I'm like, I mean, okay, you say whatever you want, but this is going to be aired in front of millions.
That's just like the confessional that they're doing now.
That's why I'm like, why don't they just use that? Or maybe it's not like an immediate. Maybe it's something you can go and do right then. Like,
I guess maybe it'd just be like, because I guess like it's in the middle of the workroom, and if they see somebody going in there, they can be like, "Oh, she's going in the room. I wonder who she's going to be talking about." You know?
This is gonna add, and then they're gonna see it. It's gonna be very interesting. I think the reunion is gonna be very interesting because these girls are saying a whole lot of shit in these confessionals, and we know what's gonna come back up later on. Somebody messy in the audience is gonna ask about that.
Yes.
And then they had little backstories about how Kim and Dax and Acid were used to be fat once upon a time, and how drag brought out their inner confidence and things like that. And I mean, that's good. That's always good to hear. You always like to hear people overcome, certain things through non-destructive behavior. They don't go through, the whole cutting themselves or drinking or drugs or anything like that. They found a outlet that is productive and that makes them happy at the same time. So that was good. And Kimchi is a virgin.
Yes.
And everybody, even those of us that were sitting on this couch watching the show, along with the people in the workroom, were just like a collective, what? I mean, it was just unexpected.
Like, in a way, it doesn't surprise me. Like, not at all. Like, in a way, it's just kind of awkward, but, like, it doesn't surprise me. Huh?
Palm trees. Shade.
I'm just saying, like, it really just doesn't surprise me.
Now, why doesn't it surprise you?
I don't know, because he's just... I mean, most Asian people don't have the best of luck. I love kimchi, I do, but,
So you and Kimchi wouldn't kai together?
Kimchi ain't got nothing for me, man.
We still love you,
I
girl.
don't know pickle cabbage.
You know what?
No pickle cabbage.
You know what? And that is the food too. I thought it's a really clever play on words, but I knew it was a food, but I didn't know it was like considered a nasty dish. But either way it goes, we get to this actual performance. Now, I personally always liked like the lip sync musical performances. Like last season, they did the whole Glamazonian Airwaves. Man, that was cute, but this one was so much better.
Yeah, this one.
So much better. And what was it, Bob's team with Bob and Robbie and Layla and them over there with
Bob,
the blonde
Robbie,
wigs?
Layla, Cynthia,
Kim, bless her heart.
Yeah, and I think okay. How do you feel they went about like picking their teams, like Chi and Cynthia? How do you think they made good decisions?
I think because I remember Cynthia got to pick first, and I know she's thinking, okay, this is a lip sync challenge. This is going to be kind of like a comedic. She went straight for Bob the Drag Queen. Who else did she have? She had Bob the Drag Queen, Kim, Layla, Robbie, who else am I missing? I think
Robbie and Derek.
Oh yeah, but they're not really. I'm not really sure what but Cynthia's whole thing was. But I guess as far as the options go, she kind of got Bob and just kind of like picking the rest. Just okay, what's the next best thing? And I think Chi just was trying to pick people that she knew could be shady and bitchy, so that's why she got Acid first. So like, I already know I may not fuck with you too much, bitch, but I know you can get me through this challenge, so bring your ass on. And noticeably, between the two, they gave Chi and them all the better songs. All better. They had all the better choreography. And even though Kim, like I said, bless her heart, that two-step.
They made their own choreography.
Yeah. And Jamal helped them and polished and do all that stuff.
Yeah, he helped them like finish it up and try to give them ideas. But you have to. It was like the good girls and then the bad girls or whatever. And it was just like they could have like the ones who were on Cynthia's team. It could have been more, but it's what you make of it, and they just played it safe. And
yeah,
because you had to realize like they may not have been able to do the choreography they wanted because of Kimchi and Layla, because they just couldn't get it.
And Layla even though Kim Cheese was terrible, I still paid more attention to her than Layla. Yeah. I could still see her behind everybody fucking up. And Layla still just was like faded into the background. And I'm just like, well, she couldn't help it. It's just where she belonged. But Dax was fucking up. Dax was so far in his head on the other team. He was the only person on that side that was having issue. Like, remember they had everybody do it individually, and everybody just was so ooh, ah, whip, head, all that stuff. And came Dax. She was like, wait, I'll get it.
So
Just
stiff.
give me some more time. I was like, And like we said, Dax, you are Violet Chachki's drag mom. And we're on episode 2. And this...
So what does that say about you? Not about Violet,
The
because
student
the
has
bitch
surpassed
smashed
the
the
teacher.
ground.
Now,
Yes.
as far as like, just her whole cosplay thing, she's everything. Visually. Her whole costume, character,
like Storm,
fictional thing that she got going on. I've seen some pictures. It looks great. But it didn't work out in your favor, honey. I'm sorry. I mean, even the performance, I still think she did better than what I thought she was going to do. So I'll give her credit where it's due. But now let's talk about this one bitch, Miss Chi Chi Devane. Honey, you did a full upside down into a split, and I didn't notice this until Ru said it. He said he was still neck rolling and moving to the. I was like, bitch, yes, that's what I like to see. Shit. And Acid and Thorgy did their whole little moment, and it was really, really cute, and it worked, and it was good. Overall, everything was good. Even Kimchi had her own little monologue part where she was acting, and she played up on the character. It was good. Now for these runways. Most I don't recall, except for Kimchi and this walk. See, you gave it an excuse last week, bitch. Like, I was in character being criminal or primitive or whatever, but...
Yeah. Michelle called it back on it. Michelle said it. And see,
Kimchi walked like I'd be
like, let's just say, okay, last week when I first watched the episode, I saw Kimchi walk down the runway and I was like, wait, something's not right. And so I thought it was just me. And so I was like, her walk is off because she act like she can't walk in those shoes, or she just act like her feet are just like on a million right now. And so when it came down to the judge's critique, Michelle was like, your walk. And I was like, oh, okay. So it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me, because I thought it was just me. I thought maybe I was tripping. I thought maybe I saw something that they didn't see, or I was seeing something that I don't know what it was, but I was so glad when Michelle pointed that out and I didn't feel as bad. Because I'm rooting for Kimchi too. Mm-hmm. But when I saw that walk, I was just like, oh, bitch. Like, everything was there. Like, she was so polished. She was like perfect, and the only thing she needed to do was just that walk would have finished it. And then like that walk just made her like lose like 7 points by herself.
And she had 2 different walks. Walk was like last week she was like stomping up the run.
Yeah, she was kind of
like she's like she just like,
she's
okay,
like
trying not to fall.
Then like if you notice, like when she gets to the end of the runway, she does the pose, and they're just like so stiff, like okay, I'm gonna move something because I don't want to fall, or because this shit is so tight. If I move the wrong way, it's gonna break. It's gonna pop. So I'm just gonna.
And then, like, please don't let.
And then like she walks and then she does, and then she turns around and she walking, and it's just like.
Like I said, bless her heart.
Yeah.
But I like Thorgy's whole Donna Summer disco thing.
Yeah, that was cute. Thorgy is precious. I love Thorgy. Thorgy is precious. I love her. She's so cute. She's so sweet.
I feel like I can say now that it's either going to be her or Cynthia that's going to be Miss Congeniality this season, because they both have like that positive, energetic thing, like the ones before. So I think it's only going to be them two. I can't imagine anybody else really being what's it called, Miss Congeniality. And then we get to, okay, everybody did their walk. This lip sync. I was so disappointed in this lip sync.
So disappointed.
When I saw the song, I'm like, oh. Especially from last week, I was like, oh, Miss Layla McQueen's about to get out here and kick and flip and turn and spin. And I don't know what Dax is going to do. I didn't really... I've seen some of her performances, and she gave the exact same thing that she gave in those other performances she gave in this one. So I was like, oh, okay, well, bye, girl. But then as the song progressed, like, it was I Will Survive. How do you fuck up as a gay man? I Will Survive. I would have been doing kicks, splits, high heel leaps, pirouettes across the stage, something. Did like Kennedy Davenport did a split off the stage and shit to I Will Survive? Bitch. Now they need to do Diana Ross, I'm Coming Out.
I'm pretty sure they will.
Bitch. I would really turn that shit out.
I'm pretty sure they will. But still, that's just like I think that should be a requirement for drag queens.
There are certain staple songs you should just be able
Yes,
to
that you should just know. Like, you should just come out the womb singing them. Like, there's just, and then it's like, I don't blame her for what he did, because it's like, that performance, you're supposed to give it your all. Like,
and I got nothing.
They did not survive. Neither one of them did not survive. It was just like, we'll survive. Like, just something like that. Just hands and bitch, you're supposed to be like,
give me
beating on the ground like,
something.
Bitch, this is me.
I will survive. Yes, y'all ain't acting like y'all want to survive
for real. So, and I told you, I was like, I'm not getting my life from both of them. I wouldn't be surprised.
But I just didn't even think that this is gonna happen. So even if it was to ever happen to you, because this happened season 5 last time, and now I thought he was gonna give it to Layla, because if I had to pick one of the two, I was gonna give it to her, because she gave me at least a little bit more.
But not that song. Not that song. They were still kind of dead and dry. And I would have done exactly what Rue did. I did not get life from anybody. Like, whatever is dead that y'all had to bring back to life, that bitch is dead now.
But I was like, they only have 12 bitches. Yeah. One's already gone, and you eliminate 2. This gonna be a short season.
I think Rue did that just to show, like,
we ain't playing.
Like, we not playing like this. This is season 8. We've given you like 7 years of this shit. You've seen the challenges. You've seen the looks. You've seen all the lip syncs and everything. Like, I guess Rue's just trying to say, I'm to the point to where no bullshit. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm not going to sit up here and babysit you. I'm not going to sit up here and try to drag it out of you, because, bitch, you should have came with it.
This is season 8.
Like, I don't have time for this. Like, you don't know how many other bitches I had to deny that probably would have came on stage and killed that shit. Probably would have came on stage and killed that shit. But yet, you up here doing, hey, like you ready to go home. Okay, so bitch, since you act like you want to go home, I'm gonna send your ass home. And I just think that what was Rue. I think that's what Rue was trying to get over to them. Like, bitch, this is season 8. Like,
shut up.
The fuck. Like, I picked all you queens because I thought at the time you all were the cream of the crop, and I wanted to see more. So,
well, he's like, I've seen enough.
Yes.
And then this is the gag. This is gonna be the whole discussion. Michelle, can I borrow your phone? Hi, it's Rupaul. I just had to eliminate 2 queens tonight. How soon can you get here? To be continued.
I don't think that he's calling someone else back. I think he's just trying to make a joke like, bitch, where are the real bitches?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled a bitch that auditioned and just so happened to not make it, and was just like, okay, we're gonna let this bitch on. And since they didn't really miss but just one challenge, it wouldn't be unfair, I guess. But I wouldn't be surprised. And then a whole lot of people was like, bitch, Shangela's coming back in that big ass box again. Bitch gonna be on 3 different seasons. I wouldn't even be mad.
I would really be mad if she comes back and then they send her back home. I'm like, damn, Shangela, bitch, you still ain't got it together.
But I don't think they're gonna bring what's her name, Naisha, back. I'm like,
But I don't know. I'm thinking maybe they're not gonna bring anybody back. Maybe RuPaul was just saying, hello, this is RuPaul. Can I speak to, like, fucking... he's gonna try to make a joke out of it, telling these bitches to step their pussies up. Because this is season 8 and I'm not fucking playing with you. Get your shit together, bitches. Because right now, the way I feel, I send all your asses home.
if he does that and doesn't bring anybody else new back, that means we'll have only like 4 more episodes. This will be a short ass season, and that'll be disappointing because all the girls, I'm enjoying the challenges so far. He has to bring somebody back, so it would be it would be something different. He hasn't brought back a bitch. Well, yes, he has.
You got me standing right here, sitting by this damn window, sun beaming right on me. Oh, Jesus. Because
it's good lighting, though.
This motherfucker do not believe in air conditioning.
It's good lighting.
Oh, God.
The sacrifices have to be made. Jesus. But if we go into Untucked real quick, one thing, well, actually a couple things that I think needed to be pointed out was they finally dropped the ball on Dax and his padding issue.
Yes.
I saw it last week at that Hello Kitty thing. She was giving me
it was like just
the Jetsons
it was just bunched.
It was pointed.
It was like pointed.
Nobody's ass looks like that girl.
It's like he wrapped the top, like the lower part of his back and like the lower part of his legs, and his ass was just like sticking out, and it was like pointy.
Dax's ass was in the shape of the unidentified flying object.
Yes, but Thorgy, when they were like, when Dax had asked the question in the room, and they were just like, and Dax was just like, "Is something really wrong with my padding?" And everybody was like, "Yes." And then Dax was like, why didn't anybody say anything? But Thorgy had a point.
Look,
Thorgy was just like,
are you sure about that shape?
Yes.
And that's as far as I go, because at the end of the day, if you're not here, that's better for me.
For real. Like, Thorgy was just like, I will mention it. Are you sure about that? And she said, yes. Okay. Thorgy was, I'm like, going to shut the fuck up. I'm going to because at the end of the day, this is a competition. And, bitch,
I'm trying to win.
If you think you're good, okay. But I'm seeing what the judges are going to see. And I just don't think it's right. But if you're comfortable with it, all right then. Yeah, do you. I'm not going to be here to be like, no, I don't think you should do that. I don't think, no, bitch. Do you, because you had this padding before you came, so and we are like the only people that told you any different. My bitch, wrong padding.
She knows now.
Well, I would hope that she knows now. Well, we're going to see whenever the reunion comes.
And lastly, from Untucked, honorable mention is that Bob was trying to give Layla tips on what to do in the lip sync. And I was like, okay, that's the real bitch. I can understand that. She's trying to help the bitch out a little bit, but she didn't use a single thing that Bob said to do. Which, I don't know how much it would have really helped, but it was still, the gesture was nice. And Derek talked about this throuple that he's in, and it's a committed throuple, triple, whatever she called it. I don't know. I can't wrap my mind around that concept, a committed relationship between 3 different people
at the same
the same time. It's like, no, it's like, do you go off, the 2 of you go off, and the other one, like,
no, we do everything together. It's
like having a threesome all the time. I
don't know how I feel about that. I can't
do that. I don't understand it. There has to be an imbalance where you like one person more for this and the other person for this. It's almost
But because she talked, you said they all sleep in the same bed, like, okay,
that
is crowded. Like,
king bed or something.
One person, like, because I know 2, like, to have somebody else in the bed with me, it's crowded. I know me, how I am. I like to roll, yes, and I get hot very quickly. And I sleep with the air conditioning, like, on 0 with the ceiling fan. And if it's cold outside, I put the window up. I don't believe in heat.
At Christmas,
I don't believe in heat. But, I'm just saying.
Outside. Look what season we are in now.
That's why I was so fucking hot. That's why you made me come out my hair. But anyway, like, that's just too crowded. Like, I'd be like, nah, bitch, move. I'll go sleep on the couch. Move. Like, please, like, somebody sleep on the floor, somebody sleep on the couch. But I just, so it gotta be love.
More power to them.
But
there's a whole additional person whose own issues you have to deal with in addition to somebody else. Like, but yourself, hell no.
No matter how much you say, oh, we all love each other, blah blah, this and that. There's gonna be one person. There's one person out of those 2 other guys. There's that one person who I'm just gonna say who you
Like more.
Like more, yeah. If they made you choose, if they made you choose and they were just like, you have to choose, if you don't choose, I'm going to blow my fucking brain out or something like that, or blow your fucking brain out or something like that, she would have to choose, and she's going to choose who she likes more. Or like, who has the better dick? Who has the better ass? Like, who has
the best head?
The best head.
So,
you know, like, who does what for you?
But you know what? Different strokes for different folks. Because it don't work for me.
Well, I ain't judging. I'm not judging because
I'm just curious how that
me.
works.
It don't work.
It just doesn't seem like it could. But you know what, Derek Berry? That's what works for y'all. Y'all do that and enjoy that. So,
it can't work.
End off with what we think the predictions for next week are as far as elimination and this whole callback, maybe not. What you think? Next week it's an acting challenge. So who might
and I
struggle
think
with
the acting challenge, I don't know, but I think as far as like the acting challenge goes, I think the 3 New York queens are going to like blow it out of the park. Mm-hmm. That's just me, you know, because that's what they do.
So far they've done that.
Yeah, so far they've done that. I mean, and especially like Thorgy and Bob, because they're comedy queens, you know, so that's like right up their alley right there. So I think that's going to be like a walk in the park for them. One person, I don't know. Maybe Kimchi might struggle as far as the acting thing. And I think what's going to be the toughest for Kimchi is that. Yes, and it's strong.
Because you have to
That
really
thing is
focus
heavy.
on something that on some of the things that she be saying. But honestly, next week, even as you know, as much as I love her, I think Cynthia might have issue because of her diction, and because you know when you're acting, you have to speak and convey through words, and sometimes she can't do that. I guess it depends on the character and however she might make it funny and pull it through. I don't know. But I just see that being a potential issue for her. And Kimchi because of that whole speech thing that they have. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. But so far, this season is far more exciting than last season. As far as just the episodes and the challenges and all that stuff. So, I'm excited. And RuPaul's already pulling stunts and shows on episode 2. So, ain't no telling what's going to happen later on, but that's all we got.
RuPaul's not pulling stunts and shows. Some bitches are pulling stunts and shows, and RuPaul is like, I'm not.
No, they ain't pulling stunts and shows, because if they were pulling stunts and shows, it wouldn't have been a double elimination.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not pulling stunts and shows. That's why.
Shit. They need
You're right.
to.
They need to pull stunts and shows, and RuPaul is like, because y'all not on stunts and shows, I gotta see your asses home.
And it ain't like they're getting bad songs. Applause. I Will Survive.
They're not.
Are you kidding me?
Like.
Anyways, we're gonna cut this video off, and we shall see you next week for episode 3, whatever that's just gonna be called. Bye.
Share, subscribe.
Washington.